Hello students, this is day 4 of chapter Magnetism. Specific objective for today's class is what are the various properties of a magnet. In previous class we have discussed characteristics of a magnet and today we are going to study properties of a magnet, topic number 6.5. First property is a magnet has two poles. In fact, all the magnets, no matter which shape, all the magnets have two poles, that is North Pole and South Pole. North Pole is the end of a magnet that always points towards north direction when suspended freely. This pole is also called north-seeking pole. And South Pole is the end of a magnet that always points towards south direction when suspended freely. This pole is also called south-seeking pole. Next property is magnetic force is strongest at the poles of a magnet, that is at the ends of a magnet. We have discussed this property already with the help of one activity. Just take a white cardboard sheet and sprinkle some iron fillings on it. Now place a bar magnet in the center of the cardboard sheet and tap the board gently 2 to 3 times. You will see that maximum iron fillings get attracted towards the ends of the magnet, that is at the poles of a magnet, than any other part. It means that magnetic force is strongest at the poles of a magnet, right? Next property is directive property. It means a freely suspended bar magnet always points in the north-south direction. Let's understand this property with the help of an activity. Tie a thread exactly in the middle of a bar magnet and suspend it from a wooden stand. Adjust the height of the magnet so that it is just little above the ground. Now, mark the positions of the ends of the magnet on the ground when it comes to rest. Draw a line joining these 2 points. Now push gently any one end of the magnet to its left or right by a small amount. What do you observe? The magnet is set into rotations. The magnet comes to rest after making to and fro motion for some time. Again mark the position of its ends on the ground. What do you find? Rotate the magnet once again and note the final direction in which it comes to rest. We find that magnet always comes to rest in the same direction. The end of the magnet that points towards north direction is called north-seeking pole. And the end of the magnet that points towards south direction is called south-seeking pole. Students, this property that we have just discussed now only is used for making compass. The directive property of magnet is used to make compass because Earth itself behaves like a magnet. Earth has its own magnetic field and north and south poles. So when a magnet is held free, it interacts with Earth's magnetic field and points in the particular direction no matter where you are. This topic is not given on your book. You must note it down. Next property is attraction and repulsion property. We have already discussed this. Opposite poles, that is, unlike poles of two different magnets, attract each other, whereas similar or like poles of two different magnets repel each other. Next property is attractive property. Magnet has a property to attract the magnetic substances. We have already discussed what are magnetic substances. Iron, steel, nickel, cobalt, all the substances that are attracted towards a magnet are called magnetic substances. And this is one of the property of magnet, that it attracts magnetic substances towards itself. This is called attractive property. Students, let's read the topic for better understanding. Properties of magnets. All magnets have the following properties. Number 1, all the magnets have two types of poles. North-seeking poles or north pole and south-seeking poles or south poles. Regardless of the shape, all magnets have two poles, that is north pole and south pole. The magnetic strength is strongest at the poles of the magnet. As we have discussed already, that strength of a magnet, that is magnetic power, it is strongest or maximum at the poles, at the ends of a magnet, right? The force of attraction of a magnet is greater at its poles than in the middle. These two properties are same. Next, when you freely suspend a bar magnet in a horizontal position, the magnetic field of the bar magnet will interact with the magnetic field of the earth. As we know that earth itself is a huge magnet, it behaves like a huge magnet. So it also has magnetic field, and when we suspend a bar magnet freely, its magnetic field will interact with earth's magnetic field. And this will cause the bar magnet to come to rest in a north-south direction, where the north pole of the magnet points to the geographic north pole of the earth. Suppose this is earth. This is north pole of earth and this is south pole of earth. This pole of earth is also known as geographic north pole, and this is geographic south pole. And when we suspend a bar magnet freely, what happens? Its north pole points towards geographic north pole, that is north pole of the earth, and its south pole points towards geographic south pole of the earth. And this property is called directive property. Can you tell me one application of this property? Where is this property used? This property is used for making compass, right? Next, like poles repel and unlike poles attract. This is attraction and repulsion property of a magnet. Next property is magnets attract magnetic materials such as iron, steel, cobalt and nickel. These are the magnetic substances. This property is called attractive property of a magnet, right? Apart from these properties, there are certain other properties also. Let's discuss them. A stronger magnet has more magnetic force. It means stronger the magnet is, more will be its attraction or repulsion power. Magnetic force between two magnets depends on distance between them. The closer together the two magnets are, greater is the magnetic force between them. As shown in the diagram here, in first case, as we can see, there is less distance between two bar magnets, so there will be more magnetic force between them. But when the distance is increased, in second case, there will be less magnetic force between these two magnets. It means closer together the two magnets are, greater is the magnetic force between them, right? Next is repulsion is the surest test of magnetism. Suppose we have a bar magnet and a piece of iron bar which look similar to each other, and we want to find out which one is a magnet. See, attraction is possible between the opposite poles of two different magnets and between one pole of a magnet and a magnetic substance like iron. So if the given piece is attracted towards a magnet, it means it can be a magnet or it can be magnetic substance like iron. But repulsion is possible only between the like poles of two different magnets. So if there is repulsion between the given piece and a magnet, it means that the given piece is definitely a magnet. In this way, we can say that repulsion is the surest test of magnetism. Students, let's read the topic for better understanding. The stronger a magnet, the larger will be the attractive or repulsive force between other magnets. It means if a magnet is strong, its magnetic force will be strong. The closer together the two magnets are, the greater is the magnetic force between them. It means if two magnets are close to each other, then there is more magnetic force between them as compared to when they are far apart from each other. Only magnets can be made to repel each other. Otherwise, magnets will attract all other magnetic materials. which means that repulsion is the surest test for magnetism. Students, you must be able to answer all these questions. First, write down the different properties of a magnet. Second, what do you understand by the attractive property of a magnet? Next, which property of a magnet is used for making a compass? Next, what do you understand by the directive property of a magnet? And last question is, repulsion is the surest test of magnetism. Why? Note down all these questions and revise them properly. Thank you.